Hey guys, welcome back to Through the Table with Matt and Rob. This is Wednesday, June 24th. My name is Rob, and joining me is Matt. What's going on, man?
Your garden is overgrown and your cucumbers are soft.
Okay, then. All right. Uh, I don't even know what the hell to say to that. Okay, wow.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Everybody say hi to Matt. All right, guys.
Hi,
Uh,
Matt.
Yay! I'll clap too. All right. So this week we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about NXT. Same thing we do every week. Um, We also have a couple topics we're going to discuss that don't have anything to do with Monday Night Raw or NXT. So yeah, I'm pretty positive this is going to be the best show we've done so far.
You can
Um,
only talk about so much until your blood pressure just gets to the point of suicide.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're going to raise our blood pressure with all this shit anyways we got going on this week.
I raise mine just talking to you.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. All right, so hell, man, we said we get started with Monday Night Raw.
Let's do it.
All right, hey, basically we open the show. Lesnar comes out, which was great. I always like starting Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar coming out.
Started with a bang.
Yeah. So yeah, so the condition was that he could have his match if he apologized, like public apology. So he actually went over there and didn't kill anyone and apologized to JBL and Michael Cole.
Yeah, he kind of rubbed Cole's head and shoved him back into his chair.
Yeah, that's. I thought for certain they were gonna make a mockery and be like, "Hey, just give me the match, or I'm gonna just keep destroying people."
And don't forget, Beast for business.
His beast for business. Dude, that was a fantastic promo from Heyman.
This felt like a face turn promo,
Yeah, just about, man.
but it wasn't really a turn as he left as a face, when he got suspended or whatever.
Can Brock Lesnar even really be a face, you think?
Brock's just one of those guys that's so fucking insane and amazing that people are going to cheer him no matter what he does.
Yeah.
That's what happened when he came back in 2002, or when he debuted. He was such a badass that he just ended up getting cheered, and it was never planned at all.
Yeah.
When you think the guy who ended the streak, like over a year later, would be getting cheers, then you know you have someone special on your hands.
Yeah. And keeping him around, that was honestly that's one of the best things they've done in a long time.
Yeah, I hope Vince lost some, I don't know what, to get Lesnar to stay.
Some of his grapefruits.
The family jewels.
Those are never mentioned on TV anymore.
Oh, I wonder why. Still use it in Linda McMahon's Senate race again.
Is she even running for Senate anymore?
I think she is again, like next year or something.
Wow. Wow. Yes, overall, really good opening for the show. I really enjoyed it. Uh, kind of set the tone for the night because this was not a bad Monday Night Raw to watch.
It wasn't. I had a good time with it at times.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, the next time, and you're going to be surprised that I said this, that the first match on the card that night was Neville versus Kofi, and I liked it.
What, on Raw?
Yeah,
That wasn't the first match of the night.
that was the first match of the night. It's Neville versus Kofi.
Okay. Do you legit think that's what happened, or are you making fun of the show?
I'm just making fun of the show.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I was looking through my notes. I was like, what? What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's open the night with another Dean Ambrose loss against Kane of all goddamn people.
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck was the point of that?
I tried to forget about that.
Man, they really nobody could have went out there but Ambrose.
Yep.
What was Ryder or Moho Rawley doing or whatever?
So Raleigh. Um,
Damn it!
no, they just dude, I don't know. I don't know why Ambrose had to lose to Kane. I mean, he didn't lose anything by losing to Kane. Just it didn't make sense.
Yeah, but man, he's gonna lose like all of his momentum and shit sooner or later. He can't keep taking losses. He's not Barrett, where they're just gonna stop caring about him. They're just gonna be like, Oh, well, they're never going to do anything with him. I
Yeah,
guess cheer him anymore.
yeah, and that will happen. That will happen. And you know, I don't. I really don't think he's somebody that can leave and come back with a new gimmick. I mean, this is pretty much Dean Ambrose right here.
Yeah, it's not much different than his real life persona from what I read.
Yeah, and they yes, I mean he takes that loss, and it
Not
got
even
us.
a count out.
No,
God, oh fuck. All right, we still got a whole show to get through.
yeah. See, blood pressure. See, I tried to avoid that. See, that's why I tried to tell you about Noah versus Kofi first.
Oh, thanks, but it didn't work.
Yeah, see, yeah, I actually really enjoyed this match. Yeah, I didn't mind that Kofi was part of the match, but what did this do for the show besides just give us a pretty decent match?
It was a Neville showcase, basically.
Okay, are
It was,
they just going to keep doing this to him? Just put him in a bunch of matches where he just flies all over the place and that's it, or are they going to give him a story?
it's a technique that'll always work, though. He's a full-on mid-card guy now. It's amazing to see how smoothly his transition has gone from
That's
NXT.
that is true. That is true. But
It's really hard to see him as a legit world champion someday, but I could easily see him, being like a legit challenge to somebody who has the title already and needs to get credibility built up.
yeah, yeah.
But I
Oh,
see him with a lot of intercontinental title reigns.
U.S. title reigns as well.
Yeah.
Hmm. No, I completely agree. And then of course later, he can always do feuds. Hell, maybe him and Bo Dallas will be feuding for the Intercontinental title someday.
That'd actually be pretty cool just because of the continuity.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but Kofi will be fine. He's Kofi Kingston, basically the Black Dolph Ziggler, and
Basically.
he'll never be in any other spot besides this.
No, no. Yeah, see, no, it's funny that you say that he's a Black Dolph Ziggler because I hate Kofi as much as you hate Ziggler.
Well, it makes sense because they're in like the same exact spot in the card and have been for 10 years now.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Um, so yeah, overall that was a pretty good match. I was actually did not fast forward through that one. But then afterwards we get Rollins trying to, you know, gather the support of the Authority, Kane and J&J Security. This happens throughout the entire show. Um, and we thought that was going to be a total loss. Um, but yeah, so he does that in and out through the entire show. But we have Barrett versus Ryder next.
I legit thought Ryder was going to get him.
I did too. I did too. And that's why I fast forwarded through this. So I was like, what the fuck? But then at the end, when Barrett had his hand raised, I was like, what the hell? So I had to go back and actually watch the match. And Ryder might as well have won that one because that's pretty weak.
We officially know that Ryder is beneath Barrett on the totem pole. I know it should seem obvious, but when you're losing back to back matches to R-Truth, just how clear is it?
And okay, especially since Ryder's been demoted back to NXT with Mojo Rawley.
Hey man, that probably could have been the best thing to happen to him because at least he still has a job at this point.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I'll talk about those guys in just a little bit. But
Right. Want to talk about the Cena promo, Cena and Owens promo?
yeah, that what the hell is there to say about that? That was fantastic.
It's another excellent one between two masters of the microphone.
Hmm. And I read an article pretty much stating that it's going exactly the way that it should, which I agree. You don't have to have a match with Owens and Cena every freaking week because they can come out, cut promos on each other, and that's it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's hard to find guys like that nowadays.
Hmm.
And I loved how Owens' reasoning for wanting the championship basically, you beat me, I'm pissed off about it, and I'm going to take the one thing that you care about.
I love that shit. Yeah.
He's just so evil and like doesn't give a shit. I'm just doing it because I want it.
Just because I can. I love that shit.
Yeah, and I love how Cena said he was going to speak French and Chinese, even though Chinese isn't a language. That would
Yeah.
be that would be Mandarin, but
Hey,
whatever.
hey, it's
He
John
was
Cena.
caught up. Yeah, he was caught up in the moment. He botched something.
John Cena. The end of the world.
Oh God. Well, yeah. I can't say any more about that promo.
Yeah, I mean it was excellent. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Because after that we get a fantastic match of Ryback and Mark Henry. Because I'm skipping the Divas again.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Divas. Oh, one thing about that. So I guess the Bellers are faces now again. Out
Um,
of nowhere.
actually, I have because I started typing while watching Raw now. And I actually typed, "What the fuck are the Divas doing?" Because it was like a bunch of heels in the ring fighting.
I know. And the Bellas got the hot tag. I
I
was like, what is going on here?
have no clue. I have no clue. I was so conflicted. So I just typed in big capital letters "Y" and
Why?
then dot 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 next match.
Uh, I'm sick of them.
Yeah. So then Ryback versus Mark Henry. Um, just bullshit. Just all around bullshit. I don't know what the fuck. Where the fuck's the Miz if he's supposed to be in that picture? And what is Big Show and Mark Henry having a fucking feud now?
I don't know. Even after the match, Miz was nowhere to be found. And as much as I never said this before, Miz is actually the most entertaining thing in this feud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Miz has that gimmick where that gimmick is him. He's not going to have another gimmick. He's going to do this one and then he's done. He can't have another gimmick.
No, I don't ever see him getting any higher than what he is now.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
with one world title.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So we've got you know some other shit that happened and pretty much found out Rusev is a total loser.
Yeah, that
Um.
came after Ziggler and Rose. And remember, like 2 months ago when Lana was getting some of the loudest pops of the show?
Yeah.
Well, now she's just there, does nothing during the match because we're destined to get the same thing from Ziggler until the end of time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I I
Dude,
I don't understand.
dude, I was watching Raw from 2000, late 2005 earlier today. It was a random one. Fucking Dolph Ziggler was on there. I was like, this guy's been around that long?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell, he's even part of the Spirit Squad and shit.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Talk about somebody that's just treaded water for like 10 years.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? He makes more money than both of us put together.
It's all fine and dandy, and now I'm upset.
Yeah, yeah, but it. Well, in my opinion, Rusev, okay, he's on his crutches. He needs to be going around beating people, like breaking crutches every week. Just random people. Fucking, beat the hell out of Zack Ryder this week of their crutch and break it. Then next week, find an unlucky cameraman and just completely destroy him. Like make him go totally violent and just destroy people.
Instead, he threw his crutches and fell down.
And then Summer Rae came to console him.
As if it couldn't get any worse for Rusev.
No shit.
I'm not a fan of Rusev, but I don't hate him like personally. I just feel about kind of bad for him actually because booking just went to hell after that Cena feud.
Yep. Yep. And and we fucking called it too. We called every second of that.
I've been calling it since he debuted.
That is true.
It's like as soon as he takes his first loss, it's going to be all downhill from there.
And Alexander Rusev loses, which hell, the first thing he lost was his fucking name.
I know, I never got that. Rusev sounded weird as fuck at first.
Yeah.
Still better than Neville.
Yeah, I think they should have kept Adrian Neville's full name.
Yeah, you know Vince, how he gets paranoid about stupid shit. Probably didn't want people citing Rocky or whatever. Adrian!
Oh well, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Um, so yeah, basically, at the end of the show is Rollins coming out, calling out Noble Mercury and Kane, which I didn't think they were going to come out at first. There's a little bit of hesitation. Apologizes, begs them to join him again. Then Lesnar comes out, and
Kane got a, Kane got a special apology because he isn't a dinosaur.
yes, he is not a dinosaur, and he's Rollins' favorite superstar ever.
And they're extinct and you're alive and well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Lesnar comes out and those three kind of scatter. So we're like, Sweet. Okay, they just abandoned Seth Rollins. It's gonna be a massacre.
Those pops on the German suplexes.
Yeah,
That was fucking ridiculous.
yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. Kane got some offense on whenever they jumped Lesnar. Kane got some offense in on that.
Yeah, they did, but he's gonna pay for it.
Yeah, yeah. But I was shocked. I thought it was gonna be just a complete 100% massacre by Brock Lesnar. I was shocked when Kane landed the choke slam.
Yeah, Lesnar got up pretty fast, but the numbers just caught up to him.
Yeah, it injured his knee to make it look like Rollins had some sort of advantage at Battleground.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of humanized Lesnar that night. Because nobody can survive a 4-on-1, like no matter what situation you're in.
No, no, the biggest monsters ever. I mean, they've done it a couple times where they've run him out of the ring and shit. But most of the time that involved like a kendo stick or a fucking chair.
Yeah, seriously.
Now, if Brock Lesnar had a chair, they wouldn't have gotten in the ring.
I wouldn't have gotten. I wouldn't even turned on the show.
Like they said, change the channel, change the channel.
Yeah, so he broke Jamie Noble's 3 ribs, I think.
Yeah, yeah, broke his ribs. Poor Noble.
That was like the #1 news story in the world. I saw that everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, overall, great show. Ended with Rollins giving Lesnar the pedigree.
Still
Um,
not a fan of that.
yeah, I mean, I hate that he used the pedigree. I mean, a curb stomp that'd have been sweet, but he's not using the curb stomp anymore, so there's not really anything we can do about that. But come up with his own finisher. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, let's take away his move that he won the world title with in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, even hell, just a twist of fate or Scorpion Death Drop. Rename those and boom, Rollins has a move. Something he can pull off quick too.
I understand the whole concussion thing, but doesn't the pedigree do the same fucking thing?
Yeah, especially since Rollins doesn't let go of anybody's arms.
Yeah, you saw Lesnar take that. He kind of stumbled out.
Yeah, yeah, took it right to the face. That's the way that Triple H used to do his pedigrees until he started letting go of people's arms and let them kind of brace themselves.
Yeah, that's a really dangerous move if you don't use it right.
Exactly. Land on your forehead, break your damn neck.
Yeah, so don't piss off anyone that's going to do that to you in a match. They'll
Yeah,
just won't let go of your arms.
yeah. Like, man, I didn't even know you were pissed. Why'd you shoot on me?
Because I felt like it.
Yeah,
And you touch yourself at night.
yeah, yeah. And the promoter wants your girlfriend. Wait, promoter's Vince?
Nice. Uh,
Oh shit. Oh, good old John Morrison reference there.
shall we go into NXT?
Yeah,
Keep this rolling.
yeah. Okay, so NXT it opens up with the Dusty Rhodes tribute. I think that's probably the last one that we get. That was actually pretty heartfelt from Triple H.
It
Um,
was. He was having trouble keeping his voice together for a minute.
yeah, yeah. So I think that'll honestly be the last Dusty Rhodes tribute that we see, mainly because that was a taping from last week, because he said this week. So
And that's fine. I just hope they don't milk his corpse for all it's worth.
yeah,
Like they did with Eddie Guerrero and shit.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't see Cody Rhodes or Dustin Rhodes getting the freaking heavyweight championship for it.
No, but I think it'd be cool for Cody to come back as Cody and, have like a mid card kind of push or whatever.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool. Or just reunite the Dust Brothers and have a great tag team back again.
yeah, they were amazing.
Yeah. They're one of my favorite parts of Raw every
Yeah,
week.
and they had outstanding chemistry. They had two completely different like move sets between the two of them from two completely different generations. Even though we didn't get to see Shattered Dreams that much, which would have been sweet.
That's just that sibling thing, you know. Can't teach chemistry like that.
No. Um.
Let's open up with a deal with Tommy.
Yep. Language barrier thing.
Yay!
Language barrier thing is getting better.
Yeah, you could tell he's trying, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he spent like 33 years in Japan, so
Yeah. Owens interrupts him. Um, he stumbles and then insults Tommy, which was actually a pretty good save on his part.
It was. I, I don't know if Owens will be even in NXT when Tommy comes back, but that'd be a pretty sweet feud if it was.
Yeah, I doubt he'll be there. They said 3 to 4 months, and he's dropping the title July 4th.
Yeah. Well, that would be cool, but hopefully Hideo works on his stuff and gets up to the main roster someday.
I think he'll be just seeing him tonight, the improvement that he's made. I think he's going to be just fine. He might
Yeah.
need a mouthpiece for a while, but I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, at least he's not like Sin Cara who didn't give a fuck when he came in.
Yeah. Well, Sin Cara had his own comic book, dude.
Yeah, he was a legit big star, but he didn't put any effort into WWE.
Yeah.
Learning it, practicing like English, anything.
Yeah. So Owens comes out, um, and then he attempts to go and injure Tommy. He said, hey, if you got one good arm, let me fix this. And so I thought, Tommy was about to get killed, and Balor comes out for the save, and then Rhino kicks the shit out of Balor, setting up the main event, of course.
Rhino has been a pain in Balor's ass.
He has.
Let's see if that changes later tonight.
Yeah, no shit. After that, we get Enzo and Cass come out, which I always love seeing those guys.
He sees two mushrooms from Mario's World in the ring, and they're about to get flattened.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going up against Sylvester LaFord and Jason Jordan. We haven't seen Sylvester in a few months now. Hell, almost 6 months ever since you separated from Marcus Louis.
Yep. I don't know what to say about that.
I really don't know either.
It was just there to give Enzo and Cass a good showing.
Yeah. I thought it was actually still a pretty good match. It's showing Jason Jordan's struggle to find a good tag team partner.
Yeah. Very true.
Yep. But Enzo and Cass got another win. They need to keep winning, and eventually get those tag team matches. Then afterwards we get a good WWE exclusive from last week when Samoa Joe was after he faced Kevin Owens, which I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I forgot that even happened.
I did too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Joe's having the impact that they thought he would.
No, he needs to change his music. That's big. It's a big thing.
Yeah, that'll help. But they just need to launch him into these high-profile feuds that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
Like Cena versus Joe, Owens versus Joe, Balor versus Joe, things like that.
Yeah, and I honestly think he would do well. They just need to tweak him just a little bit. I mean, because he cuts a great promo.
Oh yeah, of course.
And there's nothing wrong with his in-ring ability, even though he may be a little bit winded. Maybe got a little bit of ring rust, but he was doing Ring of Honor shit. So.
Yeah, Owens was a fucking monster back in the day.
Yeah.
That guy moved like a freaking cruiserweight.
Yeah. After that, Dana Brooke and with Emma versus what the hell is that chick's name? Cassie?
Yeah, Cassie.
Neglectful Cassie. Yeah.
Is it Dana Brooke your favorite?
Oh my god, her fucking voice, dude. Her voice. That annoys me. I'm holding a pen in my hand and just thinking about her voice. I'm lucky I'm wearing headphones because I would jam this in my ear.
I hope she comes a valet for New Day. That would make it perfect.
Yeah, see, I can't get into my ear. Anyways, so after that, of course, Dana Brooke wins. I had no doubt that was going to happen. We get another, 15-minute Finn Balor flashback, which was actually pretty cool.
It was.
I'm a big fan of these.
I am too. They're really interesting just to see where these guys came from guys, from normal people, not like you and me, who are on the internet all day and can know wrestlers' social security numbers and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Albert talking about Fergal in Japan and their time together. And Balor saying he still plays with Legos while watching old pay-per-views.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're definitely building this homecoming to Japan as a huge deal.
Yeah, and it's going to be. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I kind of hope he comes out with a different demon paint, though. Just something new.
Yeah, well, hell, he's in Japan, so maybe he can do like Venom or something.
Yeah, like none of our sponsors are watching this. I won't get sued.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. So yeah, so that's building up for that match, which I know is going to be amazing. I mean, Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens. You can't fuck that up. Well, you can fuck that up, but I don't think they are going to fuck that up.
You know
Uh,
what to do
what?
to not have him fuck it up? Say, here's 20 minutes, guys. Here's who's gonna win. Go out there and do
Yep. Like,
it.
hey, Balor, make sure you win. You're going to win clean, and you're going to win with a coup de grace, and go.
Whoa, you had me at hello.
um,
And
so
next
next,
would be the Hype Bros.
no, no, next was the good old montage of Bull Dempsey holding his belly. What happened? He's I don't I think this might have been his idea.
That was pretty funny. He was falling asleep while he was training.
This had to have been his idea. Like no shit.
Hey, why not? I'm sure it'll catch on sooner or later.
Yeah,
Fucking ridiculous shit catches on in wrestling.
yeah, it really does. But then afterwards we had the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley versus Sawyer and Dawkins.
I actually like the Hype Brothers.
I do too.
It's it could be really entertaining.
Yeah. I just think that I mean they have a good chemistry between each other. Um, and we need another tag team to get a good push, especially since Tyson Kidd's out for probably another year.
Yeah, so sad. I can't wait for Chad Gable to come up.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool too.
He is. And Eva Marie wants a match, but William Regal said he needed proof that she has more than charm, is what he said, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and she has no real color to her at all. She's got a fake tan and fake, the lipstick and the fake like red hair and like no real color to her whatsoever.
Then the main event was Finn Balor versus Rhino
With Owens on commentary.
for nothing, actually.
Yeah, it was for nothing.
It was bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yes, this saw Balor picking up a win against Rhino, one of the guys that they should have in there to put these young guys over. Young, I quote, young rookies.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah, those guys are would really benefit from Rhino. Rhino is actually a pretty good in ring technician, and he's a big dude. He's been around since freaking ECW. I enjoy watching him. He just has this intensity that whenever he gets in the ring, you know he's going to just try and hurt people.
Still love the gore.
Yeah, gotta love the gore. That's the best spear out there right now.
Yep. Suck it, Reigns.
Yeah, basically. Reigns has nothing. Dude, a spear versus spear match where the only move you can use is a spear.
That'd
Yeah,
be pretty funny. They'd watch them bash their heads together a bunch.
that would be pretty cool. Yes, Owens is on commentary the whole time. Uh, he's what made this match entertaining, extremely entertaining.
He's just so hilarious.
He's
He's just
genuine.
I know, he's just a cocky asshole who doesn't care. He has no emotion to himself or anything.
Nope. Love it.
Love it. Well, that about wraps up NXT, unless you have anything else to add.
I mean, other than the fact that Owens attacked Balor after the match, which we knew was going to happen, and then Samoa Joe came out there. So, what do you think next week we see Finn Balor and Samoa Joe versus Rhino and Kevin Owens?
That actually sounds amazing.
Yeah. And I'm sure people already can tell me, hey, that's not what you see because the takings have already happened, and I don't read spoilers.
I don't either, because spoilers are for gays.
Yes. So, if you've read spoilers, you know what that means.
Oh!
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So overall, that pretty much takes care of um talking about the shows. Now, here's something I want to talk about. We got a couple topics that me and Matt have talked about in the past, but we really didn't go that in depth about them.
Bonus segment.
Yay! Um, basically, well, I mean, just a little bit of news. In case you didn't catch it, Jay Lethal won the friggin' ROH championship, and he holds 2 titles now.
In an outstanding match.
Yes, that was pretty freaking cool.
It was.
If you haven't seen it, just go watch it. You can pirate this shit all over the internet. Anyways, after that, I read some news that WWE may be eyeing, maybe wanting to get Adam Cole and Jay Lethal.
I am actually a big fan of Adam Cole.
Yeah, me too, dude. That's
I think he would be badass. He's got the look. He's got the skills. He's the total package, I think.
yeah. Him. If AJ Styles, I don't know about them ever getting AJ Styles. I don't think that would be good anymore.
Oh man, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
AJ's not what he once was. He doesn't
Yeah.
need WWE. It's just
Yeah, but yeah, Adam Cole and Jay Lethal, excellent additions to the roster. Started them in NXT for 6, 8, 10 months, up to a year, especially since they're moving a lot of talent up.
yeah. I was never really a fan of Jay Lethal back in the day, but he grew on me over the years.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys think all we do is watch WWE? Trust me, we watch a lot of shit. We watch TNA, we watch ROH, we watch freaking Lucha Underground. We watch all this shit. We just don't talk about it because most of you guys really don't give a fuck about this. But this is actually a pretty big deal.
But then we realized you guys don't give a fuck at all, so we're gonna talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, basically. Also, I know something you're a big fan of. Ziggler possibly leaving, going to TNA.
Yay! I'm so happy. Thank the fucking gods in heaven.
It's possible. As of the time that we recorded this, I haven't found anything that said, "Hey, he is definitely not leaving." But other than giving him a completely different gimmick, there's really nothing you can do for him. There's nothing at all. You have to completely change his gimmick. I mean, there's no doubting his athleticism.
I hope he goes there. I hope he goes there to with TNA. Yes.
It's Ziggy on a rowboat going up to the Titanic. Hey guys, let me on. Yeah.
Hey, why not at this point?
Yeah, basically. Notice people are still signing on with TNA. That's just what happens.
Yeah, they're holding on by a thread, but they're going to be over by the fall, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently morale sucks in TNA.
Well, yeah, they haven't gotten paid. My morale would suck too.
I wonder if they even get their hot dog and a handshake.
No, Dixie gets all those.
In her ass. Anyways. Okay, yeah, so that's just a little bit of news. If it happens, we'll freaking let you know. But if it happens, most likely you guys already know because we only do a once a week podcast.
If Ziggler goes to TNA, trust me, the whole world will know based on my reaction. People who don't give a fuck will know.
Yeah, I can see that. So that's all like the current wrestling news that I really want to talk about. Other than obviously Tyson Kidd was injured. Bret Hart blamed it on the Muscle Buster pretty much.
Takes two to tango.
Yeah, I don't think it was the Muscle Buster's fault.
Joe's never injured anybody with that.
Yeah, I think it's just the exact same thing with Daniel Bryan and everyone else has ever had the exact same type of injury. Once you've done this enough, it's going to build up over time, and something small will happen to put you out. Then that's just what happened.
They're just freak accidents in wrestling, and you can't get around them.
Nope. People injure themselves all the time. Hell, people wrestle injured all the time. And they know they're injured and they're hurt and they're physically in pain. Shawn Michaels did it, and he was out for a long ass time. But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about Shawn Michaels. One of these podcasts. I have a lot to say about that guy.
Dude, we'll just do a whole Shawn Michaels podcast.
Yeah, it's no secret for anybody that watches wrestling and knows me. And I honestly consider Shawn Michaels the greatest of all time. I don't know about you, Rob.
Yeah, no, yeah, we've had this discussion. You know, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah,
Hands
but
down, there's absolutely no. You know what? Let's not get into that. Let's save that.
hey, we're doing a movie trailer again, man. We can't give away everything.
Yep, can't do that. Can't do that.
Y'all motherfuckers gotta pay for this.
Okay, they don't pay for nothing.
Wait,
We're doing this for free, dude.
but how am I supposed to earn the $50 I paid to do this?
You didn't get paid.
No, I paid someone so I could do this podcast because you told me to pay this guy so we could Skype.
I never told you to pay anybody. You fucked up somewhere.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, you fucked up somewhere.
Swindled.
Yeah. So, anyways, hey, here's a question for you. Here's a question, okay? Back in WCW days, okay,
No.
Kevin Nash is WCW. You know, the shit that ended about 14 years ago. Um, back in those days, wrestlers were given creative control. Many wrestlers were given creative control. Most notably, you know, most of the NWO. Um, Kevin Nash obviously booked himself to win the title and to take Goldberg's streak out all in one match. Um, However, Dusty Rhodes often booked matches in shows that he was a part of, but he would do it where he didn't get the title unless he honestly felt that nobody there could carry it at that time. So what is your opinion on people who actively wrestle on a show actually booking the show?
Well, I think it all comes down to if those wrestlers can separate, okay, I want to get over, I want to win this, versus I want to put on a great show, which is never usually the case with wrestlers booking shows because it's
No.
all about what they want. And they can hide it up like, oh, I'm going to do this for the company or whatever, but at the end of the day, they're going to book themselves a little stronger than what they would normally.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Kevin Nash and beating Goldberg's streak. And he can deny that all he wants, but I still believe at the end of the day that was all him.
No. He acknowledged it, man. See,
Oh,
what sparked this question was I don't know if you watched all of it, but go back and watch the Monday Night Wars.
yeah.
On there, he acknowledges, like he goes, "Was it the right thing? I don't know. Should I have done it? I don't know. Did I do it? Yes. Would I do it again?" And he kind of smirked and goes, "Yeah, probably so."
That's funny.
But yeah.
I had no idea.
So what?
Yeah, I had no idea he kind of acknowledged it because all the shoot interviews or whatever I've seen from him, he always said he didn't do it for himself or whatever.
Nah, he full on he full on acknowledged that shit. Same thing with they were even talking about Hogan booking that shit. The finger poke of doom. How that should not have happened whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and you talk about Dusty never really having any issues, but that is where you were wrong, my friend, and I'm going to explain why.
No, I never said he never had issues. I said most of the time, he wouldn't always book himself in the most positive light ever.
You ever seen Bunkhouse Stampede?
No, I haven't watched that.
So the main event of that was a brilliant idea Dusty had to get himself over, a battle royal inside of a steel cage. Are you with me so far?
That sounds amazing.
And it does on paper. And here's where the problem lies. I remember watching this match. Dusty was the only one who got a huge entrance with all of its accomplishments listed. And hey, did I mention he was booking at the time?
Oh,
Only Dusty had anything listed about him. Literally, everybody kind of just walked out like jobbers. The Warlord, Arn Anderson, Lex Luger, Animal.
well, yeah.
So that match was basically a big love letter from Dusty to Dusty. Dusty was the wild card and favorite to win that, but he was U.S. champion already and was going to retire. and
Yeah.
he still won the match.
Yeah. Now, guys, keep in mind we are not trying to talk shit about Dusty because he's he was amazing. Um, but it just is what it is. He there how do I say this? How do I say this? He did
Dusty
have
was a
he did have his
Dusty.
flaws while he was booking. However, I believe the way he did it was a little bit better than what most people would do it. In my opinion, if you wrestle on that show, you should not book that show. Period. Because you have a biased opinion.
Dusty's ego got him in trouble a lot of the time, but when
Hmm.
he was just talking, Dusty was one of the best ever.
Yeah. And he cut some great promos too.
He did, and we talked about that last week too.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
the next question I wanted to ask you. Um, when the authority steps back, okay, which eventually the storyline is going to run its course. If for some reason they still want to have like an authority figure on Raw and SmackDown, who would you pick to be the GM of Raw and the GM of SmackDown?
I am not a fan of the authority angles at all. I've never have been. It's because I always feel like they're trying to recreate Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon and never coming an ounce close to it.
I agree, but if you had to pick somebody, like if they walk up to you and said, "Hey, we're continuing with this angle because we don't have any other ideas," who would you pick to do those two spots?
I would pick William Regal to do both Raw and SmackDown.
No kidding.
Yep. He's the only authority figure that doesn't annoy the shit out of me. He just shows up, match made, leaves.
Hmm.
And I like that. He doesn't have to be some corrupt, evil fucking asshole all the time.
Well,
And you say when the authority steps down, you know that's never going to happen.
hey, eventually they have to. Right? Maybe after they die.
Even when Triple H dies, there's going to be a camera in his grave taking up about 20-minute segments on Raw.
Yeah, like this is Triple H cutting a promo from the grave on you know WrestleMania 54, him versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh, God, don't make me think of Triple H and Lesnar again.
You know who I would pick?
Who's that?
You're half right. I would pick Regal, but I would pick Regal for SmackDown only, and that is because if you put him on SmackDown alone, that would elevate its ratings. I guarantee it. Especially if you gave Regal legitimate booking power on that show.
You know what would help SmackDown's ratings?
Not sucking.
Yeah, having a reason for us to watch it rather than tag match, repeat, tag match, nothing happened.
Yeah, yeah. On Raw, I would put on Eric Bischoff.
I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
No, I don't think it is either. But that's that's who I would pick for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I read Hogan pretty much had to scratch and claw and be on his knees to come back, and I can't imagine what Eric Bischoff would have to do if he wanted to come back.
He would have to do the literal dick sucking, and he would have to be really good more than once for him to come back.
Yeah, I could see him getting a Hall of Fame induction way in the near distant future, but coming back as a full-time on-screen camera, I don't think so.
Oh, come on, come on. You know you'd be excited if his if that freaking music hits and they're like, "I'm back." That'd be pretty damn cool.
That would.
You know, but
I enjoyed it in 2003.
yeah, I'd really like that. I really like that. But in order for that to in order for the two different GM thing to happen effectively, we'd have to have a brand split. And who do you think like major guys? Obviously, I'm not talking about the freaking uh, Los Matadores assholes that should have been fired a long time ago. I'm talking about like major superstars where they don't interact with the other show at all unless they're like a pay per view. Um, who would you pick for major stars for those shows?
Are you a fan of the brand split?
I am.
Huh. That's interesting.
I've always been a fan of the brand split because one, okay, you have your Monday Night Raw, and that's honestly that's where I would keep John Cena. Um, because it's the live show, and John Cena's always flourished there. Yeah, he went to SmackDown for a little while, and it did well, but keep John Cena on Monday Night Raw. Um, and if Daniel Bryan were still around, put him on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do nowadays with one title, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, I liked the brand split back in the day just because SmackDown was the wrestling show, and Triple H, as I've said before, owned Raw and every bit of it. So it was nice to have an alternative, which was SmackDown back in the day, to Raw's ridiculousness.
Yeah, back when
You just had
SmackDown was
guys,
good.
yeah, you just had guys like Lesnar, Angle, Edge, Mysterio, Guerrero, just tearing it up every week.
Yeah, which
But
in which I think that doing the brand split again um, would motivate a lot more guys, especially if they're getting more TV time, legitimate TV time, where they were actually in storylines, not storylines that carry over from Monday Night Raw, and you just get like, the scraps of Monday Night Raw. Put them in legitimate storylines. They'll try harder and put on better shows.
yeah, and obviously I'd move Raw back to 2 hours,
Yeah.
and this way, yeah, you do have a point. A lot of these guys could get more exposure, put their business cards out there on SmackDown
Hmm.
or some of the lesser matches on Raw, but you still agree that they should all come together for the pay-per-view, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For the pay per view, and hell, even have feuds, start at pay per views and shit.
Oh yeah, because dude, those brand single pay-per-views were fucking terrible.
Yeah, let's
I
not do
saw some,
those.
I watched some absolute garbage back in the day
Yeah,
with Raw, SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views.
yeah. Let's not do that. Not do that. I mean, the whole purpose of having a pay per view is to have really big matches and big angles and shit like that. Um, I just feel that having more characters that to see week to week, I think that would be better. It would show more depth in the roster.
There's a lot of things they could cut out too, like stupid backstage segments. I mean, how many times do we see Rollins backstage with the Authority talking to the same people on Raw?
Yeah, well, like fuck, we saw Rollins like 6 times on Raw.
Yeah, it's just use that extra time, combine it to like get one of these guys you want to get across, or that you want to push but you don't have time. Quote. But with 3 fucking hours of Raw, I don't see how you can't have fucking time for anything.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I mean, hell, put Bray Wyatt on SmackDown, and that would help him. Put him solely on SmackDown, um, and we gotta have a title split. We gotta have a title split.
That I am not a fan of, and I think I'll go into that now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect segue.
Yay.
Anyway, I have always been split on the pun there. Titles being split because one, you have the two titles, and one you can have guys like John Cena, Orton, or whatever, that being the face title, the huge title that's on the talk shows, just carried around. Then you have the other title that you can have guys like Ziggler or Miz or whatever carry, like, you're the champion, but not really. I mean, Cena or Orton's the real champion, but you have the title of it. So I think it was a great thing to just get those guys out there to be tested with how they can run with it, and then if they suck at it, just take it off. Nobody will remember because somebody like Cena or Orton has the real title.
Yeah, I can see your point. I can see your point, but I honestly I saw the decline of the world championship when the brand split went away. When Del Rio and Ziggler were carrying that title, and it was being constantly overshadowed by the WWE title because they were on the same show.
Yeah, it started opening shows like WrestleMania.
Yeah, and that was the wrong. It started getting freaking 18-second matches.
Yeah, nobody started caring about that, and I think unifying the titles after all that was the best thing they could have done.
At that point, yeah, I'll completely agree with you on that. Unifying the titles after they'd already pretty much merged the shows together. Yeah, I completely agree.
You also notice how once the titles were merged, you could really go through the roster and see which guy legit you could see as a world champion. So it
Yeah,
kind of leveled out the playing field a little bit because you're like, oh, Ziggler could never be the whole company's champion, or Miz, or any of those guys. You could really tell which ones were, we're going to test you with the title rather than, well, they're still testing guys now with Rollins or whatever, but
yeah,
he was built up for like over a year for this.
yeah. No, I trust me. I get what you're saying, but then it goes back to the point that if the guys had more time, like if they actually gave a shit about their storylines, if they had more time on the show to pretty much develop their characters and not just going from Raw to SmackDown, hell, someone going fucking superstars, which does nothing for them. Um, yeah, I honestly think if they had their own show to be on, where they weren't, where somebody like, oh, who's a good example, or somebody like Harper and Rowan's, uh, could go after the world championship. One of those two could, and they weren't constantly overshadowed by somebody like John Cena. Because for a fact when John Cena enters that title picture, John Cena is going to win that fucking title.
Yeah, he's been better about a lot lately. Cena's kind of been the guy that if someone gets injured, like Brian or whatever, you can just slap it on him if you
Hmm.
need a backup. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really liked it just because I don't think world titles should get handed out like hot candy. I mean, you could basically go through the roster and 80% of them have a world title in their resume,
Yeah.
even if it was like a day or whatever, like Jack Swagger, Miz, Ziggler. Like, it's hard to find a guy on the roster that hasn't won a world title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mistakes are going to be made. Mistakes are going to be made. But, that's because after a while, the world title had no legitimacy.
No, I didn't, because they treated it like the Intercontinental title basically after a while.
Hmm. And then putting it on John Cena, that was the smartest thing they ever did. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically all I got to say about that. I'd really look forward to some of your guys' opinions. Put them in the comments, specifically on the who would you guys pick as a GM, and what would you guys like which major characters would you put on both of those brands if they were to ever have a brand split? We would really like to know who you would pick.
By the way, guys, every comment you make where you mention that Rob needs to eat a dick, $1 goes to charity.
He's lying. He would never donate to charity.
I would if it was something like that.
you're,
I would
you're,
donate to that all day.
you're an asshole.
I'd be broke right now. Call Rob a dick and get $1
Yeah, yeah.
per.
Oh, here's a question, man. Hey, so an article writer for Bleacher
It's
Report.
probably rug burn, Rob.
You're such an asshole. Oh my god. An article writer for BleacherReport.com, which instantly he loses credibility for that. Um, this Eric Beeston said that Seth Rollins, that Rollins and Lesnar's matches wasted a battleground. What do you think?
I don't think so at all, actually, because it was getting kind of dry those last few months with Rollins keeping the title through shenanigans, and I think they just need someone to come in and give it that oomph, and I think that was Brock Lesnar.
Hmm.
And I like how they're not saving it for SummerSlam. Actually, they might just do a rematch at SummerSlam or something,
Yeah,
but I like how they're kind of getting it out of the way now, which the more I think about it, that match is probably going to have a screwy finish,
yeah,
and which will lead into a rematch. So, but it's good that they're using Brock for something other than the big shows. Like he's going to be on the Japan show too.
yeah. And honestly, I think they need to put more bigger matches on some of these. Was it B-list pay-per-views? Is what some people call them.
Yeah,
Because if they did that, they'd get more buy rate, and you'd be able to pay your superstars more, motivate them more, and get them to produce better matches.
Yeah, then on the other hand, you can have lower card matches, kind of like Ambrose versus Rollins, or kind of just throw someone new in the title picture or whatever. Just have them get a shot at it.
Hmm.
But they definitely need to have bigger star power on some of these shows because we can only handle meaningless triple threats or fatal four ways or because I predicted Seth Rollins was going to keep the title at every single show since WrestleMania, and I think everybody has.
So these gimmick pay-per-views, the Money in the Bank, the TLC, um, Extreme Rules, even those can sell themselves because you know you're going to see a big match. But these ones like Payback and Battleground and Survivor Series has now become part of that, part of this B list. You put these bigger matches on some of those pay-per-views, and you're going to have better buy rates all around.
I've never liked the gimmick pay-per-views
No, why not?
because it devalues the gimmick. Like Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, those matches aren't about a feud culminating anymore. It's about, oh, the calendar says we have to have a Hell in a Cell match. So, yeah, it doesn't, the feud doesn't make the cell. The cell is just added onto the feud as a prop. When back in the day, it used to be like, oh, yeah, like Mankind and Taker would end in it, or Triple H and Batista, shit like that. It would just be the way to end a feud. Now it's just become a stop in the road.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I see your point, but it's never going to go back to being that.
I know.
It's just not going to happen. So
Like, fucking ruined it.
yeah, so we got to work with it. So working with it, you know,
I don't have to work with shit.
but you have to watch wrestling.
I know, because it's like crack.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter how fucking bad the show gets. It doesn't matter. We keep watching the next week.
I know, because if you don't, then something awesome is going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, the first time Lesnar returned, did you predict that? Would you have been really pissed if you'd have missed that show because you were pissed off the previous Monday night?
Yeah, or God forbid, Sting debuting.
No shit. Shit. I mean, you would have been really mad if you'd turned. So that's why we can't stop watching because of stuff like that.
I can't, guys. It's like cocaine. It's horrible for you. It takes years off your life. People think you're sick of it, but I can't take it. I need wrestling.
We need it. We need it. And some people just don't understand.
I know.
Some
They'll
people,
never understand unless. No, they'll never understand.
no, they just won't. Anyway, guys, that about wraps us up today. Uh,
Hey, you said you saw Interstellar. You said that was your movie this week.
all right, yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, guys, our movie this week that we're going to be talking about is Interstellar. Matt, have you seen that yet?
No.
Fuck. You hounded me. You hounded me for 3 weeks to watch Jurassic World. I finally watched it, and no, actually, it's probably only a week. It's only been out for like 2. But I finally watched it. That was cool,
I've been
dude.
yelling at you. I've been yelling at you about Mad Max.
I've still got that downloaded. But dude, you need to go watch Interstellar. That's cool. Take 2 hours and 45 minutes out of your day.
God damn it.
You will not regret it. You will not regret that shit. That will. It's trippy as hell, and it gets you thinking. What if that's real?
Well, see, I was going to watch it because Brinkley told me how good it was, but then I realized I needed somebody else's opinion.
No, you know what? You know what? This is one of the few times Brinkley's right.
72% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good for Rotten Tomatoes.
It is. It is. But Mad Max has 98%, so you might want to go check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yeah.
Like tonight.
Okay.
What are
Well,
you, what are you doing tonight?
editing this.
Fuck it. Go watch the movie.
Okay. Well, then I'll edit this shit tomorrow then.
Sounds good.
All
No, I
right.
want it up tomorrow.
Okay. Fuck. I can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you can. You always take it both ways. So you can do this both ways.
By the way, guys, I'm not like Darren Young. I am not gay. It's just throwing this out there.
At least Darren Young has a dick.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we've got for you guys tonight. Well, we really appreciate you guys checking this out. I told you guys it's probably going to be a better show. I really feel this is a better show than what we've been doing.
I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, and we're going to keep producing them just like this. But if you have any questions, comments, any ways that you feel we can improve this show, please leave it in the comments. Trust me, we do read them every day. If we had comments, but nobody ever leaves any comments because we got
And
like
no,
11
we're not
subscribers.
gonna stop saying so because it pisses you all off and it makes me happy that it does.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good point. If it does piss you off, we're going to do it anyways.
Exactly, because that's what we're best at.
Mm. So
So,
next week we're going to be talking about obviously Raw and SmackDown, any big news, and we're going to have a few more questions.
holy shit, dude! It's like 4 weeks till the next pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Is it gonna be? We gotta start finding new shit.
yep, I know. That's the whole purpose. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to this. Matt, I'm sure doesn't give a shit, but yeah, talk to you guys next week. Later.
Keep it sexy.